righty, let's call this a meeting in order. Please rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 3, any citizen desiring to be heard.
Thank you for your service.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate you being
Anybody else?
here.
Hearing none. Item 4, consideration of possible action on approving the minutes of February 26th and 28th of 2020. So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Good morning, Sheriff.
Morning. Morning, Sheriff. Morning, Sheriff. Morning, Dan.
Item 5, discussing regarding continue participation in Circuit Engineering District Number 5. Y'all got any new thoughts on Circuit Engineering Number 5?
Well, I think this was tabled from a couple of months back. I'd asked that be placed on the agenda for discussion because, I'm still not convinced that it's really in our best interest other than maybe a little bit of financial funds. And Monty, you addressed that, that, the circuit engineering cash funds that they get to operate the CED, that the funds that aren't used by the end of the year are refunded back to the counties, the split. I still have a bit of trepidation or misgivings that with them hiring an engineering firm now that's going around and trying to figure out ways to expend every bit of the money that's available to the CED, that by the end of the year there won't be any money to split up between the counties, and that's one of the few benefits of belonging to the CED. A misnomer or urban legend or whatever you want to call it is that we're required to belong to a circuit engineering district to participate in the SERV program, which is not correct because there's nothing in the state laws or legislation that's what counties are required to follow is the law, not the dictates of the regulatory dictates of a state agency, right? So state agency makes up their own rules and regulations to implement laws, but if their implementation, if the requirements are not spelled out in law, then it's not applicable to a county. So just because the state agency says we want you to be a member of the CED to participate in the SERV program and do the SERV program through the CED doesn't make it law, and it doesn't make it something that we're required to do. So with that being said, I'm still looking for the primary reasons why we benefit from belonging to CED 5 and why we shouldn't declare ourselves single this next session and look for another county that's willing to step out and also join with us in making a separate 2-county CED as is allowed by state law. And with that, I will yield back the floor.
I agree. I mean, we don't have to belong to a CED, but if we could stick it out another few more months and get 100,000 out of them, I think we ought to stay until we get it. And then if y'all want to bail, I'm ready.
I as well. I think the real fight is with ODOT, and Tim Gatt could, with a stroke of his pen, completely redo all this because the legislature gave ODOT that ability. And you got a statute that maybe we ought to change so that this happens. yes, we can remove ourselves from CED 5 and go it alone with the possibility of having another county come with us, which would definitely enhance our ability to get those funds distributed every year. But you know, I don't know that they're going to do that, and if we do it by ourselves, we won't get a distribution every year. I don't believe we will. You got Canadian County coming up and coming in, and they're going to be bringing a mess of bucks, and I do see that that the CED 5 is going to be able to do better. It's the game in town. I don't like being in a CED. I don't like the way things are all set up, but that is the game. And if we want to play, if we don't want to have to deal directly all the time with ODOT on this issue, well then, okay, but otherwise it's going to be a fight with them. And Marvin, you don't have a good scorecard on that. So as a consequence, I really don't think that at this time that it would be in our best interest to remove ourselves from CED 5.
So Monty, I think what you said, and I agree with, is that, what is it, in June, when we redo our cooperative agreement, when it comes time for the cooperative agreement, we'll readdress this and make a decision at that time.
Sounds good.
All right,
But
thanks.
just so y'all know,
I'm in agreement.
Circuit Engineering 5, Jeffrey Dixon sent me an email. I sent it to Troy. I have not yet asked her to send it out to y'all, but now she knows. So he was wanting to come up and go over a 5-year plan, and I think we're capable of doing our own 5-year plan.
I certainly agree with that, and I also agree with something you said at our last meeting, is that if Jeffrey comes up here, he's going to charge the CED for coming up and travel and some expenses, and we're perfectly capable of managing our own
I agree.
SERB plan, and that's kind of the direction that we've gone since I've been here on the board,
Yeah.
and I certainly support that as well.
But in his email, he also said that he's working on an expenditure list. We'll know where we're at. He said we've been asking for it, and that's true, we have been. But no one seems to know how much money anyone has spent on the SERB deal. And you'd think ODOT would be right on top of that, but they're not. So. Any more discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to item 6.
Chairman, I have nothing for items 6 or 7, appointing any receiving or requisitioning officers.
All right, thank you. We'll go to item 8.
We have no
consent agenda?
We have a consent agenda. We have no transfers within this year or from previous fiscal years. We do have cash funds.
Consideration and possible action on consent agenda items.
I thought the county clerk was going to say she did not consent this time.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't know where we was going with that.
Sorry. Trying to win that pool he's got over there. See? Pardon me?
The county clerk?
I am the county clerk. We have met several times
I
when
was
you
thinking
first
about
became
that.
mayor. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I was thinking about that.
Yes, sir.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Damon, I heard rumor you've been off in training.
Sir. I was.
About time.
I'm glad to be back.
Good. Was it good stuff?
Good stuff.
So the road district got a whopping 117 bucks.
Oh, there's one in there for, I think it's $2.70.
Cost more than that for the paper.
If you guys don't want it, I mean, I'll take it.
M&O.
Yeah, that'll be.
Hey, did dikes get all balanced, do you know?
I'm not sure. He's got the new guy up at your office right now, but we're gonna have a meeting afterwards.
Okay.
Previous week.
Yeah, because here we are this, so we need to make sure that we're good on the first 2 months.
He hasn't said anything, so it's good.
Well, I went over and sat with him and Marcia for a little bit last week, trying to get them, so.
I got a lot of catching up to do.
Did y'all miss this one, or is it just me?
Probably did. I was against it.
You was against it? It wasn't for very much. I think it was one of those $4 ones.
Skip
That $41 one. Shucks, can't do that. You would think sales tax would be coming from November, I guess.
So last month, and it dropped this month.
Hmm.
The Christmas you got last month, that was the push up on last
Was it?
month.
So it's only 2 months, I think.
Yeah, I think that was accounted for in the upswing last month.
I just remember the first one being in April, was the distribution after it started getting collected in January. So, okay.
And there may still be another, little uptick, but it's kind of leveled out, it's not. Updated collection ledger is on the website.
I know.
Thanks,
And
Mom.
blankets.
All right.
Get the ledgers on the website. Appreciate you.
Hey, it's all about transparency. You know what I mean?
Right. Open books.
Said it on consent agenda items.
That's it.
I was the only one buying blankets today.
Mhm. Coming springtime, we're about done with them.
I'm with you.
Right around the corner.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Number 9, any citizen desiring to be heard?
I'd like to say something. I'd like to thank Mike for the work the county did going down and then Marine Road. That really helped it out.
It is an improvement. not the best in the world, but
Yeah.
we'll,
Well, we'll take what we can get, so I
I
wanna
got
say
it.
thank
We're
you.
not driving zigzag now.
Yeah.
well, we've got that
Avoid the
grant coming.
potholes, yeah.
As soon as they
Yeah,
figure that out and we get it together, we'll get her.
yeah, so I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 10, comments, announcements, questions by the Board of County Commissioners. Mike, got anything?
No.
Marvin?
No, sir.
I have none myself. Number 11, consideration of possible action on adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned.